The Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it at 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Not a day goes by that I don't get an email, a spam email, from one of these companies that offers to do background checks on people. Now, as far as I've known, background checks are something prospective employers do to you. You know what I'm saying? They want to know if you steal. They want to know if you've got a criminal background. Stuff like that. I guess, though, they've maxed out on those customers, or they've already reached all of them. So now they are reaching into the residential market, down to individuals. Many of these companies, like U.S. Search and others, offer to get you complete background checks on people you might be dating. Let's say a guy asks you out on a date. This company recommends that you get a complete background check. Find out if he's got any liens on his property. Find out if he has a criminal record. Find out if he's being sued by anybody. Find out where he actually lives. Find out about every court case in which he's been involved. I've been reading up on this for a long time, and as a preparation for doing this, I actually searched out a couple of people on there, and it was amazing how much information was available. It was also interesting how much information that they promised did not show up at all, or how much of it was just plain wrong. And you have to wonder how many jealous girlfriends or jealous boyfriends have shown up at non-existent addresses or addresses of other people, going over there to cause mayhem, etc. But here's what I'm wondering about. To me, dating, which equals porking, of course, dating should have an element of risk. I can't see going on a date being like applying for a loan or taking someone else's application for a loan. If I'm going to go out with somebody, do I really want to search out and find out how many traffic tickets they've had? How many times they've been sued? Who has liens on their car and their house? Do I really want to do that? Do I really want to be checking up to see if they told me their real residence? Especially since I found out that some of the information is wrong anyway. Or their real telephone number. You know, you pay as much as $50 for this service. And I tend to think that people who do this are somewhat paranoid. I wonder also if you've ever done this, if you've told the person you're dating that you had a background check done on them. I mean, clearly these companies are doing some business. Clearly there are people who are using background search companies to search the backgrounds of people they might go out with. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'll tell you something else. Just like having sex in risky locations or, you know, having sex so noisy the person downstairs moves out or whatever. To me, if sex is going to be great, there has to be some element of risk. I happen to believe one of the reasons that people date married people is because they like the thrill. They like the risk. So I have to wonder, you know, is dating the same as like taking somebody's MasterCard application at the bank or their home loan application? Somebody wants to go out with you, you say, fine, what's your middle initial? What's your social security number? What is your exact age? What was your date of birth? And by the way, after I've seen these ads for background search companies, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe now I'm becoming paranoid. But I have had women ask me my date of birth, and I ask why they need to know my exact date of birth, and they say things to me like, I just want to do your chart. I want to see if we're compatible. But I wonder how many of those women actually like went and did a background check on me. Now, the thing about me is, if anybody did a background check on me, what would they find? I'll tell you what you'd find, okay? You'd find that I have excellent credit, that I have no criminal record, an occasional speeding ticket. You'll find that I have a mortgage on my house. You'll find that I live in a nice neighborhood. That's what you'd find. But still, the idea creeps me out. I mean, I wonder sometimes if women I dated ever did that. It's obvious there are people who are doing background checks. Now, do I want to go out with a woman who is $100,000 in debt? No, but the background search companies don't get you that information anyway. Like when you do a background check on someone, the one thing you can't get is their credit report. Now, maybe if you knew the other person's Social Security number and you're willing to risk fraud, you could get their credit report too. But, for example, I don't like dating women who are in debt, like big debt, because I figure eventually they're going to put the hit on me for money. So if I find out they've got huge debts, I'm out. And I guarantee you I would never hook up permanently with a woman with big debts. No way. If you owe $25,000 on your Visa card, I'll never be with you. Understand? Never. Never. I consider that a character flaw. You know what? If you've got big bills, study harder and get a better goddamn job, you lazy bitch. But I know what most women's goal is when they have $25,000 in debt. Their goal is to meet Prince Charming and get him to pay the $25,000 in debt. So I have always steadfastly avoided women who have big debts. Well, not always, because I learned the hard way. I was with women with big debts and then found out what it was like when you date them. Yeah. A lot of pressure to get married. A lot. Yeah, I've noticed this over the years because I've dated so many women, it's like off the chart. The more in debt they are, the more they want to get married. No doubt about it, because they want Prince Charming to take over the MasterCard payments. They absolutely do. They want Prince Charming to take over the student loan payments, if they went to college at all. They want Prince Charming to take over the car loan. So I have found that women in deep debt are in a big rush to get married. So that's something I'd like to know, but you can't find that out anyway by looking through one of these background search companies. I saw a movie. It was on TNT or TBS, one of these channels, a few months ago. And it was one of these movies. You ever tune into a movie in the middle? Like maybe you're a quarter of the way through the movie. You tune in and you're looking at the movie and they never tell you the title of the movie as the movie progresses. So you're watching this movie, and this particular movie starred Goldie Hawn, as usual, trying to play somebody much younger than she really is, because that's her deal. Excuse me, my telephone is ringing again. Yes, I'm working, thank you. So anyway, there's Goldie Hawn in this movie. And she's playing the mother of a little girl. I mean, Goldie's daughter is Kate Hudson. Okay, so you can imagine how watching a movie with Goldie Hawn playing the mother of a little girl was kind of unsettling. Okay. Goldie looked a little older than what the part called for. Well, anyway, and don't even bother calling in with the title of the movie, because really now I don't want to know, okay? Don't do that. But in this movie, Goldie Hawn played a woman who got married to a guy and had this, like, really perfect life in New York City. They had money. They lived in a beautiful townhouse. Clearly, they had every luxury a couple could want. And the plot of the movie is some strange things start happening, and she finds out that the guy she married, she took his last name and stuff. That wasn't his real name. And he had this, she found out he had not only this past, she also found out that at the same time he was married to somebody else and had a kid with her. So when he was out of town on business, he was really going over and being with his other wife, who was also pregnant. So I got to tell you something. I saw this movie, and, like, I guess maybe Goldie Hawn's character in that movie would wish she'd gotten a background check, but how paranoid are you? Have you done this? Have you done a background check on somebody you're dating? Have you found anything out that made you stop dating them? Did you tell them you were checking their background, or did you tell them after the fact? Or maybe you did it and they still don't know you did it. I want to talk to you if you've done a background check on someone you've been involved with.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, and quit it.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Do you do background checks on people before you date them? John on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, what's up, buddy?
Not much, John.
All right, check this out. Okay. I am a cop. Well, used to be a cop.
Uh-huh.
My drift. Wink, wink, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, now check it out. You bet every single dollar of alimony you've ever paid out to a woman that I do a background check.
That wouldn't be a very big bet, but anyway.
Well, you know what I mean. Anyways, here's the deal. Okay. I definitely do a background check. I've seen too many friends get burned by these bitches that just, they want to trap you. They want to get you in trouble. They're drama queens. I mean, you'd be so surprised. Anytime that I even consider dating a girl more than just banging her, I run a background check. And I've broken up with women based on what I have found. I mean, I make up some lame excuse and stuff, but, you know, girls that have, like, excessive calls to their homes for domestic violence in the past, whether or not they were substantiated. Drunk driving, that's my favorite one, because you get closet alcoholics. You know, you never really know someone until you know them type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
One woman I was dating for a little while, come to find out, about 5 to 10 years prior, she had arrest for prostitution.
Hoo-wee!
Oh, yeah. Oh, women, Tom, the women out there are so scandalous. They are just so scandalous. I don't need to tell you. Heck, you know. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the rules are so vaginified as far as what it is that men can get away with and what they can't get away with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if a woman comes up and starts any crap with you and you have to, you know, Clark Gable her, backhand her in the face or something like that to bring her back to her senses, your butt's going to jail.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but anyways, if you can run a background check on a chick that you really don't know, do it. You'd be so surprised as to what you find out. Now, granted, not everybody has access to the information I did have, but you know, I mean that's just the nature of the game, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Wow. I wonder how common these background checks are.
But they are common. Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I hope this isn't too offensive, but can you take me out Great White style?
Here you go, baby. That's offensive. Ugh. Damn it. That's like something a shock jock would do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Johnny. Johnny, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom, I definitely find out as much information as... when it gets to a position in the relationship where I'm not just banging her, when I want to get serious, I'll get all the facts on her. And there's a few ways that I go about this.
How do you do it?
Well, first way, the easiest way is social engineering. And that's just calling the right people and getting the right information. I go a little beyond that, and I'm a computer guy. I do computer things, and I get in the internet, and I'm a programmer. And there's systems out there. You know, there's TRW, and TRW is a fortress. It's impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but it's really hard to get into. And if you do, you're going to get caught. But there's other systems out there like e-loan or things like that are easy to get into.
Well, wait a minute. Now, let's take e-loan as one example of many companies. If you get on their website, you put information in.
Well, I don't...
You can't get it out.
Oh, no, Tom, you're totally right. And the user interfaces are not designed to give the information that I get out of them. So you can hack into a website and get this kind of information? Oh, definitely. But, you know, I'm in the 1%. I mean, that's just because of what I do.
Yeah.
But one of the easiest ways for most people to get information on people is Google. It's amazing what Google maintains as far as... It has pretty much a whole archive of the Internet. It's almost illegal for them to cache the information that they cache. If you take somebody's first and last name and you put it in there, you're going to get a lot of information on that person. You know, maybe they're into all these alt-sex, erotica, or whatever things going on, BSDM, and you can find some funny stuff out about some girls.
I'm amazed that people do that stuff under their real names.
People, they don't realize. The Internet is so young. I mean, I've been into it since, like, 82. And that's when it was DARPANET. But the Internet is so young. Nobody even understands how anonymous you could be. But nobody is anymore.
And nobody has any idea how public they are.
I could send you an email with a fake Hotmail login thing on it. And 90% of the people will put their username and password in there, and it's it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Then what they do is basically send me the username and password. I send one of those to my girl. She gives me a username and password. I'll follow in through that. Send it to Yahoo. I'll follow in through that. It's very simple.
So have you checked in on, like, girlfriend's email and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've never actually found one cheating on me, luckily.
But you've checked?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tom.
Yes, Johnny?
Give me one of those fat Washington green rips.
Here you go, baby. All right, it's 1-800-5800-TOM. Have you ever used one of these services to check the background of someone you're dating? You know, like 1-800-US-SEARCH, one of these companies. Have you done it? Have you found anything out? Have you told the other person? 1-800-5800-TOM.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. Have you ever done a background check on somebody you were dating? 1-800-5800-866. He's our telephone number. Mike on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, my brother.
Mike.
How you doing?
Pretty damn good.
Excellent, dude. Can I just say one thing before I get into this? I used to live in North Carolina, brother, and I got caught up with a girl, and I ended up having to be out here in California because of the fact. But I tell you what, if it wasn't for that, I would have never known that you exist. I really appreciate you, brother. I really do.
Thank you.
I'm a professional skip tracer, Tom, and pretty much I have a lot of friends that are, got a lot of money and things of that nature, so therefore I do background checks on females, even potential clients and things of that nature. So I'm pretty much aware of everything or every site that you can go in on the Internet and get for free. I mean, there's some really wacky stuff out there, Tom.
Really?
I mean, say, for instance, there's a website called... That's for free. And some of the sites in there, you just pay them like $19 on your credit card, and you get any damn thing you want out of there.
Yeah, but the thing is, there are certain things that I have found in trying these sites that I found flaws. For example, I rarely find their telephone numbers to be correct if they have any phone numbers at all.
Right.
Usually you have to go to the website like anywho.com.
Right.
And even then they have to have a listed phone number to get it.
Well, you know what happens, Tom? A lot of these sites do claim that they can get you information that's there and not there, and some are true. They can get you numbers that are not listed. But see, in the field that I'm in, I found that it's even more better if you go to the public directory. But yes, indeed, they do have sites that will give you unlisted numbers. And sometimes the reason why the numbers are no good because sometimes the sites don't record information until quarterly, sometimes yearly. So that's the reason why, you know, sometimes that information is not correct.
I searched for people who I knew for a fact had moved, and I was given old addresses for them.
Right.
In addition to previous addresses, the current address was actually a previous address.
Right.
Yeah, I have found a lack of information about their criminal backgrounds in some cases. I checked on about people I knew.
Right. And that's because the files haven't updated yet, and that's the reason why. And sometimes you get a good one, and sometimes you miss. It's more of a hit and miss, but that's what I do for a living all day, every day. And I tell you what, the information that a lot of them are asking for, you can get that pretty much through the public records downtown, or either go on the web page, and pretty much the information is available to you just for $20 or something like that.
Wow. Amazing. Mike, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Jimmy, on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yes, Tom, nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
I've been living in this area now for 6 years. I've been married for 6 years, but before I got married, I had dated my wife for about a year and a half, and I had intentions of asking her to get married. And being a little old-fashioned, and I knew her father was kind of ex-military type, I didn't know for a fact what he did, but obviously later on I found out he worked for the company. He was CIA. And one day I'm in the kitchen, and this car pulls up, and these two suits get out with glasses, and they walk into the kitchen.
Wasn't this the plot of the movie Meet the Parents, by the way?
I'm telling you, this is true. This was way before the movie. When I saw the movie, I just laughed because I said, I already did that. They plop about a 6-inch file on the kitchen table. Her father says, this is your background. And if these boys did not give me the 2 thumbs up, because he said he did not want to read it, but he made them read it. He says, you would not marry my daughter.
Wow.
I turned green.
Wow.
Because, I mean, I haven't been a perfect human being, but, I mean, I haven't killed anybody, I haven't been in federal prison, but I've been in jail, and he told me they gave me 2 thumbs up, and I married her. But I was scared. I mean, God, and for 6 inches thick, I mean, I'm not kidding, it might have been even bigger than that. They had probably everything since I was born in that damn thing. And, I mean, so they probably had better access to files than some of the guys of your previous callers, but lordy, what can I say?
Wow.
Can you imagine if they gave me 2 thumbs down? He said you would not marry my daughter.
Wow.
And then when I think about it, I mean, now I have a little 1-year-old, and she grows up. I probably would run a background check on her future husband, but if I was dating, I'd agree with you totally. It's some fun that, the excitement of the date. If I wanted a long-term relationship, I might do something like that, but in general, I probably would not. But
I think the only way I would do a background check on somebody is if I was going to marry them. Because I want to find, if I can find out whether they have filed for bankruptcy or they have debt, those are my concerns in being with someone.
Right. All right, Tom, I'm done. Hey, blow me up old style. I like that the best.
Here you go, Jimmy.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. And on the Tom Leykis Show, we're finding out if people have ever done background checks on people they've dated. Hello.
I am so excited to talk to you.
Really?
I listen to you all the time.
I like that.
Okay, yeah. I have dated this guy for 3 years, and in the first 6 months when it looked like it was going somewhere, there was just some questions I had that he kind of made me nervous about his past.
How so?
He had gone through a really bad divorce, and she had really screwed him over, and he was very, very, very angry. And he did tell me that he had done a little jail time for something that had happened in court. But the more he talked about stuff, I just got the feeling I wanted to make sure he hadn't hit her. I just wanted to make sure he hadn't been arrested for some kind of physical altercation. And I went on the internet and I got one of those detective things and paid, I think it was $39 the first time. And they sent me nothing. I mean, they just sent me addresses and they showed the house that he had owned. And so then I did some more investigation, and they said you needed to know the exact county if you were looking for a criminal act.
So then you had to figure out a way to trick him into telling you what county he lived in?
No, I figured that out from the house that they owned. And so I went back a second time, and I think I paid $49, and they never showed any, not even him being arrested, which, you know, he had told me he was arrested, and he did serve some jail time, 45 days, for, I think, sort of like misbehaving in court. But they didn't show anything. So I never found out anything.
Let me ask you a question here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to ask you.
No, I don't. But I know you're not happy.
Well, I mean...
I felt really bad, but I just wanted to make sure he hadn't physically hurt the person.
But you already have some hunches about this guy.
But I don't think they were correct. But I wasn't sure. It was something.
You don't trust your own instincts at all?
No, I don't. Tom, I've had 3 long-term relationships in my life, and I've never chosen well. So, you know, I just felt like I needed help.
But here's the thing. If you have these suspicions, wouldn't it be wise to stop dating the guy?
No. For me, it's really hard to get into a relationship.
Yeah, but if you're worried that a guy's going to hit you, don't you think he probably will?
No, we've been together 3 years. And, but, you know, we're just like dating. But, no, he never has. But I'm attracted to bad men, so, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, then why do you need to do a background check?
Because I don't want to get hit.
If you're into bad men,
I'm not into
don't ask any questions.
Tom, that's why when I'm usually attracted, I turn around and run in the opposite direction.
Uh-huh.
That's why there have only been 3, so,
Yes.
you know, but, yeah, so we're still...
3 men in your life?
Well, there were 3 men, and then there was 1 man that I had 10 one-night stands with.
That's called a booty call.
Okay, I hadn't been...
So you've had 4 men total. You're 46 years old. You've had 4 men.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you know, I was a single mom, so I spent...
Oh, boy, there you go.
Well, no, I spent the first 14 years taking care of her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I feel guilty. I feel really bad.
And so you haven't told him that you did this background check?
Oh, and I'm not going to. At that point, I made the decision to trust him. And I made the decision, and I also made the decision that this...
Now, it brings up another question, not just for you, but for anybody listening. All right, so you did that.
Yeah.
You had a feeling about him.
Yeah.
If you have a really intimate relationship...
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense to tell him that and talk it out?
No, because our relationship is pretty different. He has a lot of things he doesn't want to tell me about, and I just made the decision.
A lot of things he doesn't want to tell you about.
We're not living together or anything. It's been 3 years, and he has his place, and I have my place.
But is he your boyfriend?
Yeah.
All right. What kinds of things does he not want to tell you?
Like where he lives.
You don't know where your boyfriend lives?
Well, I did for the first year, and I'm going to know again. He's moving out from where he is to an apartment where he said that, you know...
his wife's place.
You know, that's of course what I thought, but...
That's what I think.
I don't think so.
Why wouldn't he want you to know?
Because he, I don't know, maybe he's a little paranoid. He thinks that she has people out to get him, and I think he was dodging maybe child support for a while, and I don't know. I mean, he just had a really messy
And that's
life.
the kind of guy you want to get involved with? Somebody who dodges his child support and
but
doesn't want you to know where he lives?
No.
Tell me more. What else does he not want to tell you?
one. I don't know, a lot of things.
What kinds of things have you asked him about that he said, I don't want to tell you that?
Things just come up, and he'll mention things kind of like it's a tease, and I just know at this point this is something I'm not going to ask any more about. And then he might bring it up again, and he'll say, I don't really want to tell you about this, and then I'll say, well, yeah, I understand. I know that. That's why I didn't ask.
Really?
Am I dying to know? Yeah.
I wouldn't be dying to know unless somebody told me that they were not going to tell me something.
No, I'm not.
There's plenty of stuff. I mean, like my girlfriend, I don't know everything about her.
Right.
But if she said, here are the things I'm not going to tell you, that's the list of things I want to know.
I do feel like the couple times that it's happened, that it's been kind of like a tease. And I think I'm just, I have a real busy life.
So you're too busy to find out if he's living with his wife, for example.
No, I know he's not married.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I do.
How do you know?
I just do.
How do you know?
Oh, how do I know? We work at the same place. It's a very large company. I never see him at work. I mean, we met today for lunch, but that's unusual. He spends every weekend at my house.
It doesn't mean anything.
He usually comes over once during the week, once or twice, but doesn't necessarily spend the night.
Where's he spending the night the rest of the week?
Wherever he's staying.
Uh-huh.
He's just involved in a lot of things.
Oh, I'll bet he is.
And then cleaning up his past. And
if you're his girlfriend,
doesn't want anybody
and you love him more than life itself, why wouldn't he want to tell you? Why wouldn't he want to confide in you? What kind of relationship is this?
Well, he's only been married once, and it was awful. Every bad thing that could happen to somebody.
How do you know he's not living with someone else?
I think I know that.
How do you know? You've never been to his place.
No, I think I do. I think physically I do. I think
physically you know?
I think I would know.
How could you know?
I just don't think he has that much energy.
And let me tell you something, dear. You are exactly the kind of person who gets surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know. You're guessing. Right?
Probably.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Tim, what do you want to say to Ann?
Hi, Ann. Ann, you are totally whacked out. If you don't know where this guy lives after 3 years, he is definitely married, and he has been playing you along, probably having the time of his life with you.
How do you know he got divorced, for example, from the woman that he said he got divorced from? Maybe he's still married to her.
No.
Have you seen the divorce papers?
Actually, that did come up in the detective thing.
So you saw his divorce papers.
Well, I saw stuff in there that indicated that he was divorced in the detective stuff.
And did it say how many times he'd been married?
No, just to that one person.
No, it said he was only married once.
Yeah.
Or it only had one divorce on record.
How did the detective person not even come up with an address of where the guy lives?
Because he uses P.O. boxes.
The guys, have you talked to her about maybe this guy's fugitive elsewhere?
Well, there you go. I mean, if you hire a private investigator, ever see the TV show Cheaters? The private investigator follows your boyfriend home. Goes, parks in the parking lot of your office in a very subtle manner. When he gets in the car, the private investigator follows him. If you really wanted to know.
If you really wanted to know, you get the license plate number of his car and you call DMV and you say, I saw this car on the road with a for sale sign in it or something like that. You sign a piece of paper that says you won't use that information. They'll give you a phone number or an address for.
Yeah. Believe me, I thought about all those things when I initially ran that report and stuff. Anyway, he's moving to some place where we can get together other than my house.
So, in other words, he's moving out on his wife or girlfriend. Come on, you know that's what's happening.
No, he just likes to move every year or so.
Really?
Really, he's never been in one state for 5 years.
But you don't think he's trying to avoid, like, prosecution or arrest? A guy with a jail record?
It was just the 45 days or something.
Because maybe he escaped from jail?
No.
Maybe he's a wanted criminal?
Come on. No, I just wanted to call and tell you why I did what I did.
You don't even want to know the truth. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. You have a vagina?
Yes.
And you're telling me you have a hard time finding somebody to fill it?
No, not at all.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll have sex with you tonight.
Did you want to talk to my boyfriend?
I don't want to talk to him for. I'm negotiating with you right now.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Send us an email. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. You got that? tom@blowmeuptom.com. Call our comment line. The number 310-842-9592.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Write us, the Tom Leykis Show. Post Office Box 4455, Hollywood, California, 90078. Email us. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. That's tom@blowmeuptom.com. Or visit our newly redesigned website. Go to www.blowmeuptom.com. From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.